Well, it's really kind of a sad and sorry state of affairs here for America. It's probably time, right? Don't you think it's time? It's time to say goodbye, sweet America, goodbye. You know, after the Hillary ruling, James Comey, and the strange going ons between AG Loretta Lynch and Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton with Barack Obama and all of this. And then you start from here and go back in history and you start looking how I don't even want to use the overused term tyranny. I just want to say there is something deep and ugly going on. And we, as well behaved, proper conservatives, have done a masterful job of, of thwarting this kind of tyranny. We have done a great job. We have stuck to our principles. We say the words. We say all the code words too, including smaller government, less taxes, less regulation. Our children are going to be paying for this debt, and our children's children are going to pay for this debt. I bet you've never heard those words from conservatives. I bet you never have. Or perhaps you've heard it a million times. Because as conservatives, it's what we do and it's what we say. So we go and look at the left. We have Republicans in the House. The Republicans dominate in the political arena. But yet, the liberals are still getting traction. Why is it that the conservatives and the Republicans, I now separate those, why is it that they lack traction? Why is it that the United States of America is progressing to complete liberalism? Why is it that Hillary gets away with murder? Richard Nixon erases 18 minutes of tape and he is impeached and basically had to resign. I won't go into General Petraeus. That's an easy one too. We can go on and on and on. If you put an R after any one of these people's names, it would be a whole nother story. But they have a D after their name. But thank God. Thank God we stick to our principles. It's a great thing. So we can go right over that damn cliff, sticking to our principles, sticking to our morals, and repeating the same droning genre over and over and over again, expecting a different result. We post on Facebook. We post our memes. We write our words. We do things in our little choir. We preach to each other and we say our conservative words. Our guns, our Bibles, our First Amendment, our Second Amendment. Aren't we fantastic? We are the movers and shakers of the political world, aren't we? That's why Hillary is leaving that slimy trail behind her on her way to the White House. There's going to be shenanigans and twists and turns to undermine our direction. And you are participating in it by your never Trump. Are you kidding? No, he's not perfect. No, he may not be exactly what you wanted, nor is what you expected. But he's got some anti-globalist thing going on. He's got some anti-Hillary thing going on. He said it's time to put Americans first. I haven't heard that from Hillary. What I hear is, we're going to fight for women's rights. I have spent my whole life fighting for you. When in fact she has done absolutely nothing to fight for women's rights. I would implore you to name one thing. And don't tell me she stepped up to the podium and said words. That's not doing anything. So let's get into this wonders of how conservatives behave and are resolved to their principles and morals and words and look and style. How is it working so far? So in case you haven't had a chance to observe the Trump voter and how that all took place, stadiums filled with 30 and 40 and 50,000 people and people waiting outside the door. And you have the nerve to say this is akin to Barack Obama. It's just the other side of Barack Obama. No, I beg to differ. First of all, Barack Obama has followers. Donald Trump has supporters. And believe me, my friends, there is a huge difference. You don't see the Donald Trump supporters teetering back and forth, tears in their eyes. But you certainly see that with Obama. So I'm going to submit to you this. We have done what we do too long. We say the same words. We do the same acts. We look the same. We're repeating the same thing. And you don't believe me? You wonder why there seems to be this kind of Hillary-style traction going on? What is it? Let's start with the Cambridge police. Let's start with racism. Let's start with discrimination and police and women's rights, Black Lives Matter, and transgender bathrooms, and political correctness, and social justice warriors, and triggers, and safe spaces. Need I go on? They change the subject every 5 minutes, and those subjects disappear every 5 minutes, only to be introduced to a new subject. It's only to see protesters in the streets at every single sneeze. Every time there's a societal controversy, those lefties are in the streets with their signs. The herbal enema crowd runs down the streets yelling and harassing and making noise. They're doing it with passion, my friends. But what are we doing as conservatives? Guns and God, we say. Bible, children and children's children. Courageous conservatives, we say. We say many things that are repeated in a voice that is heard only by us. So I submit to you, my fellow patriots, my Americans, the ones I love so much. I say we take to the streets in mass, and we do it differently. I submit for our first strike that we grab a large American flag, gather your friends, your family, and everybody you know, be a community organizer. And grab those flags in mass and take to your streets and silently walk at a slow pace with a mass of flags at a time when there is no connection to anything except American love and American patriotism. Can you imagine? What would you do if you looked down the street and saw 700 people carrying 700 flags? No, that's not each person carrying 700 flags. Coming down that street, red, white, and blue, blowing in the wind as a quiet crowd moves through your neighborhood. The rumors start to fly. What was that? It was a mystery. Come back. Create the next layer of the story. The American story, where you actually take to the streets. How much could it cost you? You can go to Starbucks and get coffee. That kind of takes you to the street. You can go to the shopping mall and you could spend all day shopping for shoes, or if you're one of us, you hang around the hardware store, or whatever it takes. You do it. You do it anyway. Why not fulfill yourself and your passion for America by standing up, taking a walk? If you're in a wheelchair, if you can walk, grab a flag, walk, roll, in mass. You understand me? Massive. That is the entry point to patriotism. It can only go up from there. Group pledging the flag, you name it. But we must be relentless in our message. Have you not forgotten Tea Party protests? Have you forgotten the 9/12 Project? Is there anything? Heck, I fear you've forgotten September 11th. But passion for this country lives deep in our heart. It's a mere candle, and we got to turn it into a flame, a fire. So I want you to give me a private message. Send me a message. Let us collectively figure out how we're going to start making the visual and the noise to begin the process of building the foundation of getting our country back. I am looking forward to a private message. Let's see what we can accomplish. Let's do this.